Yeah, this is Jay Newton, Vega High School ag teacher, and this is video number 2 of the VATA workshop that I put together for the Ag Teachers Conference in Arlington, Texas in the summer of 2017. In video 1, we designed and put this table together. In video 2 here, I'm going to take this table and I'm going to show you how we go right to a drawing with it and get ready to create some blueprints. So you've seen all the rest of this in video 1, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of going back and explaining that. Refer back to video 1 if you need to watch that, and we'll go from there. So this is our leg assembly and table. I'm going to go ahead and save this as I'm going to say File, Save As, and I'm going to save it as Shop Table. Okay. Alright, so now I have the shop table saved. I'm going to close this. I'll close the assembly. There's the tabletop. We'll close everything. We're going to click on New. And under New, we're going to go down here to this. Now, I've already gone in and custom set up a drawing size. You'll most likely use this standard IPT, but we'll just look at this my paper, how I have mine set up. You can set your drawing up just like mine. This is basically just telling me some different things about the sizes and the setup, but you can see my title block's already set up, so I have a real professional looking title block and it's ready. So this drawing that we're working on, this is an 8.5 by 11. Depending on how you'd want to set up the drawing, you know, if you want to print in 17 by 11, here it is, or 22 or 22.4, whatever. But I'm just going to leave it right here like that for right now. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to come in and we're going to drop a base view. So on my first set of drawings, I would drop a view of my shop table, my completed shop table. So I'm going to say Open. You notice it places it right there. I always like my first pad to be an isometric view. So I placed it, turned it to an isometric view. I'm going to go ahead and toggle on the view, and I'm going to type in here some labeling. I'm going to change the scale. We're going to make it, I like my scale to be as pretty much as big as I can get it on the piece of paper, because I want it to look nice. So let's see what a 1/10 scale. That's a little big for that piece of paper. How about a 1/15? Not bad, because that's all we're going to have on the table. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I've got it turned on. Everything's ready to go, so I'm going to say OK. Okay, one thing that I didn't do on this first part drawing, I like it to be not in this clear. I want it to be in colored view. So I'm going to click back on it. I'm going to go right here, shows hidden line, and then this right here says shaded. So if I click on shaded and say OK, now it puts it in perspective to the way that it looked the drawing. Okay. All right, so I have my first one done. I'm going to come right over here. I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to say, right here, and I'm going to say, so I'm going to come right over here and I'm going to right click and say New Sheet. It gives me the same sheet. Now, one thing that we'll back up to and look at this sheet, while I'm in here, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to all my properties are already put in of my, well, I've got to save it. As soon as I save it as shop table, it'll put shop table right here. So let's just go ahead and save it right now, and we'll save it as shop table. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to right click and go to iProperties, and in my iProperties I can put some different things in there. The author would be the student that drew it. The project, we can come in here and change some information about the project. We could change the date that it was created. Anything that I change right here is going to be go onto my title block. Alright, so now we're going to say, let's save that since we already did all that. Save. And I'm going to right click and get me a new sheet. So a new sheet's already going to have that stuff already in it. I don't have to go retype it again. This time let's go get our shop table and let's look at some different views. So when we create a view, we're going to want to see multiple views. So the first view we might set up might look just like this one. And we might set that shop table view up right here. And we're going to put in here, we're going to go ahead and label it like, we want everything properly labeled, shop table. Okay, I'm going to leave the scale. The scale looks pretty big, pretty good. I can always come back and change it later. I'm going to leave the hidden lines showing. Okay. I'm going to say OK. The next view, I'm going to create a projected view. I'm going to click right here. Now we've got an end view of it. Here's a top view. And then we'll drop an isometric view right here. And we'll say create. So now I have placed 3 drawings into this drawing, and I've only had to draw it one time. If I was doing this in AutoCAD, each one of these sheets, I'd have to redraw that table every time. So again, like our practice is, hit save all, save it awfully quick. You don't want to lose it. Time to go make some annotation and do some dimensions. I click on annotation. I click on dimensions. On dimensions. Now, what I do is I change it right over here to fractional because I want my dimensions in a fraction. I'm going to click on this line and I'm going to drag it out. That shows that that length of that leg is 42 inches. Okay, so I dropped it there. I'm going to uncheck this box so that won't pull up. I'm going to drop another, how about another one right there? Okay, another dimension might be from here to the bottom of the leg. That might be a good dimension to have. You know, the way our contests are, we want to be able to, you should be able to build the project from the plans. So another dimension might be, again, anytime you click out a dimension, you'll have to go back and reset that from fraction to go from here to here, 36 inches there. How about we give us this dimension here to here, 3 inches there. I like this number to be on this other side. That's just my preference. Okay. Because I did the angle iron the way I did, I'm gonna, now notice I didn't change it that time, so before I drop it I'm gonna go ahead and change it. 24 inches there. Okay, so got some dimensions there. Let's go ahead and put a dimension here and a dimension here. Might be nice to know this radius. Okay, don't really necessarily need everything else, but that's pretty good. So we've got a pretty good setup there. One other thing that I like to do, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Okay, one other thing that I like to do on my drawings is I like to put a parts list in so that I know everything that's there. So I click on parts list. I go and I'm going to click on this drawing right here. I'm going to tell it that I want it structured. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to drag this parts list right here. I'm going to drop it on the screen. And you'll notice it tells me right here for this tubing, I'm going to need, this is the tubing, I'm going to need 168 inches of 3x3 tubing. I'm going to need 168 inches of angle iron. Okay, and I'm going to need 72 inches of 36-inch angle iron. So it kind of breaks down the dimensions and the lengths of what you need, makes it a little easier to be able to use it. Plus it makes your drawing look a lot more professional. Okay, so I think I'm pretty good there. So I would go ahead and save. Say yes to all. Okay. I'm going to come right over here. I'm going to right click and say new sheet. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to place another view. And this view, I might come in and I might start making my parts. If it was something that I had a whole lot of parts of, maybe I need to make a picture of all the legs and show how long each piece is. You know, this is a particular part that is going to be on the table, so I'm going to put foot plate. It's on a 1/2 inch scale. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to move it. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to project a picture there, and I'm going to make it a. Okay, now you can see I kind of laid out my drawing not very good. I'm going to move this down, move this over where it looks a little better. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let's annotate. I'm going to get my dimensions. Here to here. Again, change it to fractional. There. There to there. Okay. Bolt pattern. There. Bolt pattern there. And probably would need to know the diameter of the holes. So we're still in fractions. 3/8 of an inch hole pattern. Okay, one more dimension that I need. Okay. All right. Now let's go make our part list. Our part list is going to be of this file. Okay. I'm going to bring it right here. Drop it. Okay. Now I can double click and edit the parts list. See, it says quantity. I can change this right here because how many do I need? I actually need 4 of them. Apply. Okay. So that basically gives you a little bit of setup and understanding on how you're going to set up your drawings to be able to print. I'll save this. Let's hit save. So it's all saved under shop table, and we would go in and we'd double click right here. We'd print that one off. Then we'd click right here, print that one off, right there, and we'd print that one off. And you've got a set of drawings ready to go to build a project. I hope this has been useful. I'm going to create one more video, and in that video I will go through and show you how to go to Autodesk and download the software for your students. I hope that each one of you have found that this has been a beneficial workshop. I will remind you, if you need to contact me, feel free to contact me. If you want to contact me via email, my email is jay.newion@region16.net. I appreciate your time. I hope it's been beneficial. Thank you very much.